Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Today, the Presidency will hold its first signature event on children in armed conflict. As you know, this is one of the priorities for Malta on the Security Council, and we're also very pleased to be chairing the Security Council Working Group on children in armed conflict. Yesterday was Red Hand Day, which is a day for the prevention against child soldiers. Therefore, our event will, today the briefing will focus on prevention. We have seen that in the Secretary General's report, grave violations against children continue to take place. Therefore, we feel that the Security Council needs to do everything that it can to avoid these grave violations from increasing, and we should stem them as much as possible. We would like to see action on this. We will have two SRSGs with us today, Virginia Gamba, and also SRSG Malla Mijid. And we will have a CSO briefer from who is based in Cameroon. She's a youth briefer. She has set up various NGOs on child issues, child protection, child rights, and she will brief us about the situation in the African continent.
Sorry, can I ask you about your meeting? My name is Ibtisam Azim from Al Arabi Al Jadid newspaper. Can I ask you about your meeting this afternoon about Syria? It's a closed meeting, consultation. You will hear from Mr. Griffiths and other UN officials. First, why is this meeting closed, despite the fact that, you know, there's a lot of media interest to know more about the subject? And secondly, do you believe that there should be, did you start discussing a draft resolution about opening additional cross-border points?
The meeting will first be in private meeting format, so that we will have some countries concerned who will be participating, and then we'll go to close consultations. And the reason is because we wish to have a very frank discussion with Mr. Griffiths from the ground, because he is there. That is the reason why. It's not because there's any issue of transparency. It's very clear that the Security Council needs to be abreast, needs to work on this issue. We have not started discussing a resolution, but I'm sure that we will.
But on behalf of the children who've been suffering not only from armed conflict, but now an earthquake in northwestern Syria, there are reports that the aid just is not getting through. There's a lot of suffering. What's the Security Council doing to address those concerns?
One of the focuses of the meeting this afternoon. So I cannot preempt what we will do, but the first thing is the meeting.
What do you say to critiques? Sorry, what do you say to critiques that the Security Council is not doing what it should do and it's not doing its job?
We are meeting about it and discussing it, so I think that we are doing our job. But we have to receive briefings from the ground. There's no point in meeting for us without the information. We need to be briefed, we need to be informed for us to be able to take a decision to move forward. This couldn't be done just because we see on the news what's going on. We have, at the moment, the Security Council representative on humanitarian affairs there, right? And he will brief us, and then we will take a decision. So I think the Security Council is acting promptly and diligently. So the meeting is started.
Why has it taken so long for the Security Council and for the UN to do something about Syria?
I have just replied to this question. We are waiting for briefing on the ground, because this way we have a UN representative there who will be briefing us about the situation on the ground after having spoken also to local officials. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador.